All right, I don't know if you guys can see, so I gotta check on my phone. Let me check. Um, okay, I can see myself, so that's a good sign. Mm. Okay, so I think I'm alive. I should be live. Oh my god. All right, let me check something. Okay, so stream state is good. Uh, that yeah. Okay, so where do I find the bit rate? Mm, stream. Um, okay, so the no, this is the audio. This is like here, and it said that okay. Fine. Okay, so I gotta check myself, make sure that it's good. So I'm just testing the audio. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me see. So I'm just testing the audio. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Okay, so welcome guys to this live stream. This is my first time live streaming, so I'm gonna try to give it a shot. It's kind of difficult because I have only one screen, so I gotta use my phone to. Not that I expect anyone to watch, but just in case you watch this in replay, this is like what I'm gonna do. So the plan is to do this payment successful UI, and I'll be using webdevdaily.io. I love this website because it's really cheap, and every week there's like a new challenge you can do. So I'll be working on that. I'll be using HTML CSS. So let's just get started. You guys can see it's already 5 people joining it, and so let's just start this challenge. So as usual, I'm gonna get the Figma file, and let me just go here. So this is the current project that I'm working on my YouTube channel, but we're gonna start another one. So I'm gonna do this. Oh, we need to back to files. So should be relatively simple. Yeah, so this is a test stream. I'm just testing to see if this is something I can do in the future. So quite simple one. So yeah, let's do it. So I'm gonna start to import. Let me see. I need this. So we got 4 icons, and yeah. So let me just start. Also, when I have a lot of projects, I tend to have like a folder collection of them. So I'm gonna open a new folder, and I'm gonna call it payment. Let's see, payment success full challenge. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the. I was thinking of getting resources, but there's no. Or maybe it's in the Figma. We don't have that. So it's only the challenge. So that's all we have. So we don't know the actual. Okay, so it's inter. I think I have inter. I'm not sure. So let's get the index.html. CSS. And yeah, that's all we need. And we're gonna get the colors. I'm thinking like we don't need to use CSS variables for this one, right? It's quite straightforward. So box sizing, border box. So yeah, we're using border box so that when we are adding width and height, that's gonna be included, right? So it's not gonna be added in additional to as width or height that we have specified. For example, if you have like 200 pixels width and you add like 20 pixels padding left to right, it's not gonna be an additional, right? It's gonna be included into the actual width, specified width. So, but anyways, we're gonna do this, and then we do. I mean, we're not gonna have. I guess those are gonna be images. So I'm just gonna do image. So display block and max with 100%, so it doesn't overflow the entire thing, right? So we can start with the body. We have like a don't know what color this is. It looks like three colors. Let's look at it. So you have this color and this color. So CSS gradient. Actually, we don't need that. Why am I putting that up? Let's see. So we can do background. So in CSS, we have a function called linear gradient. It's actually going to produce an image, and you can use that to, you know, set your linear backgrounds, right? So for example, I have this. I mean, you have to specify the degree, so we're just gonna say 90 degrees just to start. And the first color, the second color. So that's gonna be this. Like so, let's see. Yeah, I need to connect my, so we're gonna start making the payment successful. So we don't need a header here, we just need the main. And so the main is gonna be the container, the payment success container. And here we can have like this. So I'm just gonna do HTML H1 payment successful, and we're gonna have like I mean I wanted to add P. We can add like 2 P tags. So I'm gonna be a bit lazy, so I'm just gonna copy. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in a. I don't know if I need to do that. We'll see later. And now we have this section here, right? So I don't know if I'm gonna have this as article, because we have like a container with some information. That would probably be the semantic way of doing it. So we have like a amount. So how am I gonna do this? I'm just trying to think. So we have a div. Yeah, those are gonna be divs. So we have a div that has like an h2 amount and p 149.99. We can call this amount. What do you call it? Amount line? Not amount line, but amount text, I guess. Just like something like that. We don't need to be like perfect here. So we're gonna do a mount text, and then we have like a line. So I'm gonna do a span, and I'm gonna call it line. Just a line, basically. And then we can just copy paste this, because it's gonna be the same, right? So here we can, this is gonna be the transaction text and section ID, and we're gonna copy that. I'm not typing that. Okay, and then we have payment method. And by the way, this is how I do like HTML. I have, so probably not the best way, but we're learning. So, and then we have the date, March 4th. This is what I love about this website, is that they give you daily challenges, right? This is a great way to practice your front-end skills. If you ever feel rusty, you can just, you know, it's a great way to practice. So yeah. Okay, so now we have this article done. This entire thing is going to be an article. And then I guess those are buttons. So I can put that, there are many ways we can do this, right? So I'm thinking that I'm just going to put this in an entire container, and I can just separate these, and yeah, this is going to be one container, and then I'm going to put them, those in a container. I don't need to do that even. This just feels more cleaner, you know, like more control, better way to control the here. So that's what I'm going to do. So see, like sometimes I get interrupted, so it's great to, yeah, there we go. Okay, all right guys, so I'm gonna just put that in a container. So let's see, we have a div class buttons, and we're gonna have button times 3 and recept sent to info at webdevdaily.com. And then we have this. So I think I'm just gonna do the UI first, and we're gonna add SVGs later, because I feel like it takes a lot of time to add SVGs. It doesn't take a lot of time, but I'm just lazy, you know. I'm just lazy. And it's not that hard to implement them. So, and then we have a small text at the bottom. Like that. And that's basically it. That's the entire HTML. Only thing we're gonna do that later. So now we're gonna do the styling, right? The styling is gonna be yeah. So I need to connect the, of course, style.css. So let me launch this and see. Okay, actually looks close, but we need to get at a different, oh sorry guys, what am I doing? So we need to get it like from the bottom. So Let's change this to, I don't know, 45 degrees. What the heck? Yeah, I think we need to add background. Repeat, no, repeat. And yeah, but then yeah, let's just keep it like that for now. And we're gonna do display flex. Center. So yeah, we need to add like a min height 100 VH, and then we can try to background beat, and we can try to change the degrees. That looks better. That looks better, guys. So only thing I'm thinking is that we can make it a bit stronger here, more potent. Actually, this looks perfect. Okay. So we're gonna get this color. So I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, think it's that. Am I tripping? Let me see. So we're gonna target main background color. Oops. And yeah, we can just say color. I don't know if it's everything. Yeah, the text is gonna be white by default, but everything is like this color, right? So we can say that the text is gonna be that color. Yeah. Yeah, I mean we can just target it, right? Main H1. So we can do main color. Okay. So yeah, we also have that one. That we'll do that later. So border radius. It's hard to target it directly because there's like, yeah, let's remove this and take, so 14 pixels. So border, this is like the benefit of like designing in Figma, is that you get things like exactly the way you want. So height is, we just add the height, and I mean we don't need to add the height, I guess, right? Because it's gonna be the content inside. If we have this perfect spacing, everything's gonna it should be the same. But the width we can add, so we can do like max width. So it should be expanding. So yeah. So let's just get this export. And I'm gonna make a map called folder. I mean assets. Right? We're gonna just there, and just gonna port it because image is block, so I guess we can do things with it, right? So we're gonna do assets, check circle. Wait. Sorry guys, got distracted. Sometimes I get distracted, I have to turn off the camera, but so here he is, and then the background is, so how do I get the opacity? Main emg background color. Okay, we got it, but we need to have border. We use 50%. Okay, let's position it first. Okay, let's see. All right, so 32 pixels top, margin 2 pixels, 0 pixels, 24 pixels. Yeah, and we want to center, because I'm trying to think like, okay, we need to center everything in main, right? Everything in main needs to be centered, so we can do display flex, align it in the center, and we need to justify contents. Now we need to flex direction column, right? So that's how we do that. And unfortunately, they don't have this same gap. They do actually. Okay, that's great. So we can just gap everything 24 pixels. So map pixels. Yeah. Okay. So this one. How do I get something round? I don't remember. So I think it's padding. So if I do padding, shoot, there we go. Bam. Okay. But yeah, that's probably a bit too much. So 16. Yeah, it is 1 rem. So that's great. Font. Yeah, this is on my computer, so I need to actually download the font so that when people try to look at it, they can it needs to be in my documents, right? So it loads. So we're gonna say enter, and we are gonna get the font. Then we're just gonna import it. Just need this. Like that. Okay. Okay, so now we need to group them. I mean, they are grouped, right? They should be grouped together. I didn't group them. There we go. There we go. So we're gonna do class successful. We can display flex, right? Because we are gonna flex gap 20 pixels. So nothing is happening. There we go. I didn't save. Okay, so yeah, actually we don't want to use gap because it's only like that. So we all need to just group them and add margin bottom pixels like that, and text align center. Boom. Okay, now we're gonna do this one. So this is gonna be called amount article class amount purchase container. Okay, so we got the right here, and we need to the width. Actually, we don't need the width. We need the padding. 32 pixels. So not padding, but margin. So width, cent, pad, margin. Padding is the space inside. So margin is 0 pixels, 32 pixels. Okay, so we need to add the space in the main. Yeah, like that. And then we need to add space inside. Here, so that's going to be 1 rem. So padding 0 rem, 1 rem, like that. Then we can just display flags. Yeah, it wouldn't work because we need it to be like that. And I'm gonna use, it's basically all the divs inside here, right? So I don't know why I gave them classes, because it's the same. Div display flex. So I'll just show you guys what I'm doing. Align item center and justify content space between. It's gonna go all the way to the end, and now we have the padding here. The only thing missing is the border radius. 10 pixels, and yeah, obviously we need the gap, so seems to be 12 everything, so that's why I need to display flex. Flex direction, column gap 12 pixels. Sweet. Okay, now we need to fix the text size. So the 16 pixels, so it's gonna be 1 rem, but it looks so small. Oh, it's the font, because I don't know why I put them in. Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. It should be P. That looks better. And yeah, we need to add padding at the top. So 16. So yeah, we're gonna add padding everywhere. One everywhere. So 1 rem, like that, right? And the line. So line, we can do background color. And 100%, and the actual height is 1 pixels. 1 pixel. And did it have some rounding? No, just like that. So now we got to do the buttons. We're almost done. So yeah, we already established the spacing inside. So we're just gonna do the buttons. Display flex. Flex direction column. And 100%. Border none. Cursor pointer. It's gonna be applied to the entire. Why do I have? Yeah, we don't need to do that, because this is the container. So what am I doing, man? But we do want to have the container to be 100%, and then we can just do this because they're all buttons. So border none and cursor pointer, and they also have the same height, I assume. No, they don't. Okay, I'm just gonna have the same height to them. So yeah, the width is gonna be responsive, and we're gonna do height 40 pixels. and border radius 8 pixels, and that's it. Then we're gonna customize it. All right, so we can just say, I mean, we need to target the those here because they are like, so I'm gonna do div and I'm just gonna put them together. Black, white, yeah. So because when I collect them together, they're gonna like go like that. So we need to display flex direction column, and we need to, so they have like 12 pixels gap, right? So we can say gap 12 pixels, and on the outside it's actually 40 pixels, 24, so 40 pixels. Oh, so margin top 40 pixels like that. But why is it not spanning 100%? Because we haven't specified it here. And annoying. Can I do, okay, so there we go, guys. Little hive hack. And yeah, because I'm lazy, I don't want to give them like names. I'm gonna do this child or first, and we're gonna give it the background color of it has a different color too. So that didn't work. Don't know why. Yeah. So why is it not working? Because it's in a div. So we need to okay, so button div. Alright, we can just specify. Oh, look at that, guys. I messed up. So we have buttons, button, first child. Why is it targeting both of them? Not getting it. Yeah, buttons, button, right? And I'm targeting the first child. So maybe I need to be a bit more specific. There we go. Ah, okay, because when you have without it, you're like targeting everything inside the buttons. And when you have this, it's the first child, right? Whew. That's the benefits of knowing CSS. Like, really helps. Okay. Like that. And then we have this one. Is that white? That's literally white. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna copy this. And we're gonna do nth child 2. Now we're just gonna say black, 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 and we're gonna say white, gibberish, white. That better work. That didn't work. So that didn't work because we have to div, and we have to specify first. We don't need this. There we go. But I feel like it's kind of darker, you know? It doesn't feel right. So let me just see. Yeah. So this is the main. Should be the main. Yes, the same color. So it just looks a bit dark compared to. I mean, yeah, you have the stroke. No, it's not that color. It's this. I got tricked. Now it looks better. It looks more identical at least. And now we need to fix this small text. So I'm literally just gonna say small. And display flex. Align item center. You know, all we need to do is just say text align center. And yeah, it needs to be in a one line though. So let's just specify it. So that is gonna be, I'm just gonna say font size 12 pixels. And yeah, I don't know why it didn't apply to that one, but we're gonna say no. I mean, I just feel like there's such a big like space, right? So I'm like, is that normal? And it is responsive, that's great. So let me just see here. Such a big gap. But whatever, man. We're just gonna keep it like that. And I'm gonna say margin 4 pixels. Okay. It's not gonna be perfect, but I think we have like yeah, I think it's this. Yeah, we have margin. We're giving it 40 pixels down. So we only want the margin top. Like that. Okay. But now we need to oh my god. Margin. Okay. So I think we got it. We just need the SVGs. So let me try to collect it correctly. So like that. Export. So we're gonna export the mail, the download, and the arrow. Okay. So we're gonna go here, open our files, go here. Let me just drag this here and go to assets. So all I gotta do now is just go to the index and just implement them. So we can do, this is a receipt, so this is gonna have the mail, mail icon, and then we have the button here. This is gonna have assets download. We're gonna say download icon and asset left. Left icon. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, yeah, because everything is in main. So let's just class this circle check circle. So I guess I gotta give them names. Like that. And the buttons, I mean, I don't need to do anything with them because they are already like perfect. I just need to display flex and align item center and justify content center. So yeah, and then we can add like a gap, right? A gap, 8 pixels, something like that. I just guessed. So yeah, so this is the satisfying, guys. I just finished this project. I mean, I think there's a little mistake. It's like we can add like we can adjust the line height here a little bit, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. So that was it for the challenge. I don't know how long I took, but when you know CSS and HTML, oh, I forgot something. Stupid me. I'm so eager to finish. So we have this. So there's like, yeah, 8. I was at 9 pixels left, right, and then 2 pixels top. And we need to find the border. It's like probably 1 pixels. So we're gonna do transaction. So we're just gonna add like transaction ID. So I don't know where I'm gonna put that. Just transaction ID. So we gotta do padding. Oh my god, padding 2 pixels, 5 pixels, and border solid. So this is like a badge, right? And I'm just wondering, corner radius 8, but the color is this, and border radius. Okay, there we go, guys. Like that, and it is responsive. It's not like perfect, right? But it works. It works. So that's it for the live stream. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.